Good morning. It's Friday morning, November 8th, 2019, and it's time for your morning walk with me, Sophfronia. So I am going to do another Zoom meeting. From now on, they will be the third or fourth Saturday of the month. Okay, this is crazy. I'm going to call them Soph Saturdays, not Sophfronia Saturdays, but Soph Saturdays. The next one will be Saturday, November 23rd at noon Eastern. And I will post a Zoom link so that you can sign up for that call. I think we're going to talk about, I have some questions coming in about publishing and marketing. So I think we will talk a bit about that and any other questions you might have. Today, I'm thinking about structure, both in terms of writing, but also in terms of my scheduling. I'm embarking, I have a book deadline coming up this spring, so I'm going to try out a new schedule, a new structure for myself, because, we talk about balance, but sometimes life is not balanced. It's going to tip one way or another, and my life is about to tip into being all about this book for the next few months. But that doesn't mean I can't have structure. So I'm going to play with my schedule and see what that means for me. Usually I write in the morning and do other things in the afternoon. But for a while I think I'm going to be spending whole days writing, but not every day. Now, structure is important not only for schedule, but also in terms of writing. And I'm thinking specifically about memoir, because I've noticed that some students, write their stories, and they do have an interesting story because, maybe something's happened to them, or just the way they tell their story is intriguing. But they don't realize that doesn't always, just putting down the straight story doesn't always make it interesting to read. A story, a memoir should have structure in the same way that a novel does. It should have narrative tension. Now, the best way for you to understand that is I highly recommend you look at the setup of some very popular memoirs like Wild. You'll see in that book, she has a prologue where she has thrown away that hiking boot and she's on the trail, she has no shoes, and you have no idea what's going to happen. That kicks you into her story right away. Right? She didn't just start from the beginning and said, oh, my mom died today. Her book has a certain energy because of that beginning. So look at other memoirs. Try on their structures. Maybe your story lends itself to a prologue like Wild's. Maybe you'll need a different type of beginning. But structure is important because it helps the reader to not only be drawn into the story, but to stay in it, to want to keep turning the pages, to really share your experience. So think about structure. I'm going to work on both the structure for my book, but also for my life. We'll see how that goes. I will talk to you in person on Saturday, November 23rd. I'm going to keep walking. You have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.